My parents came out in April. My parents and my grandmother.
From Fort Worth?
From Fort Worth. They came out to San Diego, and I called Brittany. I said, hey, I would like for you to meet my folks. You know, we was just, you know, hanging out, you know, nothing serious. But I would like for you to meet my folks. Went to eat, and they just fell in love with her. You know, they was like, oh, that's my daughter-in-law right there. Especially
like
my daddy.
I knew them already.
That's my daughter-in-law right there. And so it was, and at this point, she left, came back to L.A., and so my dad and I, we were standing outside the hotel talking. I said, Dad, how do you know when it's, you know, when it's the right one? He said, son, I can't explain it to you. He said, you just know when you know. And at this point, my wheels are turning. I was like, wow, I've never thought about going to look for rings ever in my life. And it was crazy because, you know, we wasn't boyfriend and girlfriend, so I was still kind of dating other women.
Yeah, and I was dating other guys.
And at this point, it was like, I couldn't think of nobody else. It was just, I knew I loved her and I wanted to be with her, and people always ask me, how do you know this, you know, how do you know when you're ready? You don't know. It's just something that, you know, it's just something that you feel and you got to react on it. So we went on a picnic and we had a good time. We started talking and everything. We came back home. And I told her, I said, well, you know, I'm going to Japan. I had orders to go to Japan, right? And I picked those orders before, you know, this was like beginning of the year.
The fact that he was going to go to Japan and be gone for another 8 months, possibly?
No, it was longer than that.
18 months.
Yes.
Yes. It really made me sad. I was like, at this time, I'm like, I've invested a couple months into him. Now, I'm really like, feeling like I love him now. And so it really made me sad because I'm like, he's going to be gone again. Who knows? 18 months? Who knows what's going to happen in 18 months? So it really kind of, you know, that's why I started to tear up that night because I just couldn't think about losing him.
You know, at this point, it started getting very emotional, you know, and she started to cry and everything. So I got out, you know, we were sitting in the bed. I got out the bed. I said, okay, I got to go to the restroom. Went to the restroom. And the ring was in the next room. And so I came back, and I stood outside the door. I started doing some jumping jacks. I said, forget this, I'm finna do it, right? And so I walked in the room, and it was dark. And so I got down on one knee, and she didn't see what I was doing, and I opened the box up. And I said, I have 2 reasons why this relationship will work. And I asked her to be my wife, and she flipped. She flipped. So this was the beginning of July. And we wasn't even boyfriend and girlfriend.
This was June.
That was June.
End of June.
End of June. So we weren't boyfriend and girlfriend, and she looked at me, she's like, we're not even in a relationship. How does this work? I said, forget it. You know, we cut out the middleman. Cut the middleman out. And then a few weeks later, we went to the courthouse, and we got married at the courthouse.
When he proposed, I'm like, Tony, like, I'm not even your girlfriend. He was like, I don't know if you remember saying this. He was like, well, I don't want you to be my girlfriend. I want you to be my wife.
Come on, somebody.
And I was like,